have a conversation when Trump was on that side of the world. So I don't think that he's taking these talks very seriously. Just so because Trump says it, if we're going based on history from this year alone, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And so I think at this point, we have to figure out what the way forward is. And it's certainly, to me, not making Ukraine out to be the aggressor and Russia to be the victim. Because the way that Trump even positions his stances and the way that he's communicating this is on the side of a dictator. And I think by cowering and even making those concessions and leaving $3 billion that Congress has already approved for Ukraine in limbo so they can't use it to defend themselves while Russia is beefing up its troops, we are kind of just leaving them out to dry.
Okay,
we are leaving...
Tell me then, what's your plan? What are we supposed to do?
I think that he needs to first just start with the conversation of treating Ukraine like the victim. He needs to understand.
How does treating Ukraine like a victim get us one iota closer to peace?
Because he's berating this man so he's having private calls with Putin, but berating Zelensky publicly. That's totally inappropriate for understanding our diplomatic relationships. I mean, like I said about, which I don't know was the right thing to do, we dangled NATO over Ukraine. And so in part, we are involved in this. It was, and we're in this situation. But now that you're still the United States trying to protect Ukraine from an obvious aggressor, the way forward is not constantly trying to embarrass the smaller country and say, yes, Russia, keep illegally annexed Crimea, keep doing what you want.
We didn't tell them to keep doing it.
We're telling Zelensky to accept whatever Putin is putting on the table. And so that means the U.S. is cowering to a dictator. So it's like dictators, come on, do whatever you want. The U.S. is not going to do anything about it. And I think that is a ridiculous stance.
I think it's ridiculous to say we didn't do anything about it. We gave Ukraine $100 billion, and the country is still losing this fight because they can't possibly win it. We need to be realistic. The reality is Ukraine will be conquered by Russia, and with everyone dead in the country, the longer this goes on. So we need an immediate end to the conflict that will be not under favorable terms to Ukraine. This is not ideal.
It shouldn't be just favorable to Russia, though. A deal.
But they're the winning country of the conflict.
But in a deal, if Trump is bartering the agreement and putting himself in the middle of it like he did all over the campaign trail, and I know now he wants to step back and let them handle it, but he said in 24 hours of him, it's been 5 months and 24 hours, by the way. But in 24 hours of him taking office, he would get this resolved. Obviously not the case.
I think he's trying to get the most favorable deal possible for Ukraine, but that it's difficult because they don't have a good bargaining position. Because Russia is willing to lose a lot of human life, unfortunately, in their pursuit of the conquest of the country. And if they're willing to do that, what do we have to bargain against?
Well, the U.S. has, the luxury of being the superpower of the world. And so I think in many ways we can do much more to try to protect Ukraine and try to negotiate an agreement that is at least fair to the smaller country that's under a barrage of attacks. I mean, for Putin to have conversations with Trump to signal for his people in his, in his cabinet to signal that they're going to try to come to a peaceful end of this war, and then to barrage Ukraine with drone attacks on Sunday, a day before you're speaking to our president, is a complete lack of respect. And so I think the more that we disrespect Ukraine, the more that we exacerbate the situation.
I don't see how there will be any resolution other than Russia keeps the territory it took, no NATO membership for the rest of Ukraine, but a peace agreement that Russia is not going to invade any further, and that the security of Ukraine is then up to its European neighbors, and then maybe we have some trade deal or some minerals deal or some involvement of the country that way. I don't know. That's how it's going to end. It's going to end like that, or it's going to end with Russia controlling the entire country. It's going to be one or the other. I don't see any foreseeable future. It's like they're going to greet us as liberators thinking, to think that Ukraine is going to somehow win back its territory. I mean, right? No one has a plan for Ukraine to recover the territory.
Hopefully these talks start immediately, like Trump said yesterday. Immediately.
Right. Next up, Bernie Sanders takes a shot at Democrats while he is on Andrew Schultz's podcast. Some interesting remarks we'll discuss. Stay tuned.